Hi there, and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. It's fascinating, isn't it? Every so often, Kanye West seems to hit the nail on the head about something. This time, let's dive into how Kanye was ahead of the game when he exposed Corey Gamble's connections to Diddy long before the recent wave of allegations against Diddy hit the headlines. You'll want to stick around because this is quite the revelation. It seems Corey might be one of those celebrity handlers with ties to government agencies, which would explain his connections to Diddy. After all, Kanye had previously called out Diddy's association with federal authorities long before people even grasped what he was talking about. But let's pause for a moment. To all you fake tough guys out there, hang on a sec. You know what I'm saying? You can't go around shooting people anyway. The reason you're all talking is that you made a deal. You handled it, you know what I mean? That's why you have to come at me. It's part of the deal for you to do all that and get away with it. So, it turns out Diddy and Corey's relationship runs deeper than just being colleagues. Not only was Corey the first one on the scene when Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, tragically passed away, but there's also speculation that Diddy might have used Corey to reach Justin Bieber. But here's the kicker, Kanye West has been sounding the alarm about Corey's sketchy behavior for years. Kanye has been dropping hints left and right, expressing concerns about Corey's character and the potential risks he poses. In fact, Kanye went as far as banning Corey from being around his children. Now, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. So, what exactly is Kanye trying to tell us about Corey? And how are Corey and Kris Jenner connected to Diddy? Well, buckle up, because we're about to break it all down. I have a feeling this Corey Gamble guy is going to be part of the big aftermath happening right now. Corey Gamble has been closely associated with Kris Jenner for what seems like forever, but nobody really knows where he came from or what he was up to before becoming Kris Bo. What's even crazier is that Corey seems to be connected to literally everyone in Hollywood. I mean, this guy is constantly rubbing elbows with the likes of Diddy, Ellen DeGeneres, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even Prince Harry. Remember last year when Corey and Jay-Z were seen escorting Beyonce to the car after a pre-Grammys party? Allegedly, they were trying to shield Queen Bee from the paparazzi. But why is Kris Jenner's beau acting as Beyonce's bodyguard? And get this, Corey has also been spotted riding on the Carters' private jet. But here's the million-dollar question, what does Corey actually do? There's been speculation that Corey may be a Hollywood fixer of sorts. But here's where it gets juicy, how could Corey mess with being a fixer for other celebs when he's in a relationship with Kris Jenner, who's essentially his walking ATM? Some speculate that there's more to his fixer gig than meets the eye. Rumor has it that these fixers could have a more covert role, possibly tied to government agencies. Case in point, Kanye's former trainer, Harley Pasternak, who was recently revealed to be part of Canadian intelligence before working as a coach to celebs. According to various reports, these celebrity fixers aren't just your average personal assistants. They're allegedly hired by the bigwigs in the industry to keep the stars in line, ensure they toe the line, and keep their lips sealed about any industry secrets. But they also push certain political agendas toward their fans. When Kanye called out his former trainer, Harley, he didn't stop there. He also expressed concern about fixers who are lurking around his family. While he didn't drop any names at the time, fans couldn't help but wonder if he was referring to Corey Gamble. Assuming Harley was part of the intelligence, what kind of people do you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people do you think are in that house right now? Well, as it turns out, Kanye has made it clear in the past that he's not exactly thrilled about Corey being around his kids. Flashback to the summer of 2020, when Kanye made headlines by retreating to his Wyoming ranch and claiming on Twitter that his wife Kim Kardashian and mother-in-law Kris Jenner were plotting to have him locked up under a 5,150 mental hold. In a subsequent tweet, Kanye called out both Kris and Corey, writing, "Kris, don't play with me. You and those who call me are not allowed around my children. You all tried to lock me up." Initially, fans speculated that Kanye was worried about Corey's lack of boundaries around the younger members of the Kardashian family. But it wasn't just that. There have been instances where Corey seemed to overstep his bounds, like when he suggested he had the authority to discipline Kourtney and Scott's daughter, Penelope. Some rushed to Corey's defense, arguing that perhaps Kourtney and Scott's kids were indeed a handful. However, Scott eventually stepped in to set the record straight, revealing that regardless of Penelope's behavior, Corey had crossed a line by implying he had the power to discipline someone else's children. It's truly astonishing to witness Corey's audacity in acting like some kind of authority figure to Scott and Kourtney's kids. It's almost as shocking as seeing Harley Pasternak threaten to institutionalize Kanye. But you know what's even crazier? This isn't the first instance of Corey acting oddly around the younger members of the Kardashian-Jenner tribe. Fans have been buzzing about Corey's alleged fixation on Kylie Jenner, as he's been caught giving her lingering looks on more than one occasion. Kanye was onto Corey as far back as 2019 when he called him out for his disruptive behavior and refusal to introduce his own family to the Kardashians. Kanye texted Corey something pretty rude, expressing his discomfort with the fact that they'd never met his family.
But here's the kicker, Kris wasn't having any of it. She went into full-on defense mode, blaming her own family for planting negative thoughts about Corey in Kanye's mind. It's like she was trying to deflect any criticism away from Corey before people started digging deeper into his background. But Kanye didn't stop there. In 2022, he came for Corey again, this time with even more to say. Kanye posted a photo of Corey on his Instagram and went off on him in the caption, calling him a heathen and bringing up his connection to Diddy and Justin Bieber. It's clear that Kanye has been onto something with Corey for a while now. But what exactly did he mean by Corey getting Kim involved with dissidents in a deep way? Well, let's connect the dots. Hillary Clinton publicly endorsed official candidate Hillary Clinton, who happens to have ties with DuPont. Ellen Coleman, who was the chief of DuPont from 2009 to 2015, suddenly resigned in October 2015, just months before the 2016 Democratic primary. And in June 2016, she endorsed Hillary Clinton's official campaign. Oh, and by the way, Ellen Coleman and Hillary Clinton share the same stylist, Nina McLemore. Now, let's talk about Corey's connection to this. The first red flag is that you'll have a tough time finding any information online about Corey's background. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page, and there's literally nothing on the internet about his family. We don't even know for sure where he was born. According to some websites, he grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. According to an article by Cosmopolitan, Corey studied business marketing at Morehouse College in Atlanta and started working at Bike Bronze Entertainment and Marketing Company, SB Projects, after graduation. But here's where things get even sketchier. Corey's profile on Kardashian's wiki states that he was born on November 10th, 1980, making him just 7 months older than Bike Braun, who was born on June 18th, 1981. According to Bike's Wikipedia page, he founded SB Projects in 2007 when he was 26, which means Corey would have been 25 or 26 at the time. However, the Cosmopolitan article claims that Corey started working at Bike's company right after graduation.
So either Corey graduated really late or he worked somewhere else for a few years after graduation before breaking into the entertainment business. Now, it's all speculation, but something doesn't add up. Also, there's no information on Corey's LinkedIn about his year of graduation or employment history. Coincidentally, the Cosmopolitan article on Corey was published shortly after another video of Kanye leaked, where he was heard claiming that he knows for sure that Corey works for the CIA. It's almost like they teamed up to get an early jump on figuring out who Corey is and where he came from. Remember when we mentioned Hillary Clinton's connection to DuPont? Well, it turns out Hillary also has close ties with Bike Braun. In 2015, Bike hosted a Hillary Clinton fundraiser at his home in LA. So, at that time, Corey was reportedly still working for Bike, and just a few months before that fundraiser, he met Kris Jenner in Ibiza at a birthday party for fashion designer Riccardo Tisci. Both Diddy and Justin Bieber attended the party, and Kanye was married to Kim at the time, giving him a front row seat to all the industry shenanigans happening behind the scenes. In the same year Corey met Kris at the Ibiza party, the media started referring to Corey as Justin Bieber's tour manager, road manager, and co-manager. It seemed like they couldn't decide what to call him, and nobody really understood what Corey's job was and why he was constantly hanging out with Justin. But wait, there's more. The word on the street is that Corey is deeply involved with Diddy and has been for years. Some sources have even speculated that Corey is Diddy's cousin. While we can't confirm that for sure, we do know for a fact that he's been part of Diddy's inner circle for a long time. In addition to Diddy, Corey was one of the first people on the scene when Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, passed away under very suspicious circumstances in 2018. Am I crazy, or is that Corey Gamble 100% right behind him? I don't have a theory, I'm just confused. And we'll talk about this in the deep dive, but when Kim Porter died, there were discrepancies in police reports versus coroner reports. Another thing we know for sure is that P. Diddy had her entire home set up with sound listening devices and video cameras. Was her death caught on camera? Does Diddy have footage of Kim Porter dying? I just don't get it. How has this man been everywhere and had connections with everyone, but he's really just known as Kris Jenner's boyfriend? Both Corey and Kris have been spotted at Diddy's parties numerous times over the years. By the way, when Diddy threw a party to commemorate what would have been Kim Porter's 50th birthday 2 years after she passed away, Corey was there and shared a throwback photo of him and Kim on Instagram, writing, "Happy birthday, Kim Porter. I will forever thank you for all you and Diddy did for my life." As for Kanye, he obviously knew about Corey's connection to Diddy, which is why he mentioned in that post that Corey used to hang out with Puff's family. Now, this connection between Corey, Diddy, and Justin Bieber honestly seems shady, especially when you consider how there's been a lot of speculation lately that Diddy might have done something to Justin. Some disturbing videos are currently circulating on social media showing Diddy acting strangely around Justin, and fans have been speculating that Diddy used the same MO on Justin that he allegedly used on Usher years ago at his Puffy Scream camp. There's this infamous video recorded when 15-year-old Justin was sent to spend 48 hours living with Diddy, and nobody ever bothered to figure out what the purpose of this hangout was. Then, there's another video showing Diddy questioning Justin about why they stopped hanging out together, and Justin looks totally freaked out by Diddy's behavior. But wait, it gets even crazier. There's another video floating around of Justin hanging out with Diddy's friends, Three-Pointer and Odell Beckham Jr., both of whom have faced some messed up allegations in the past. In this video, Justin seems like he's on something while partying with Three-Pointer and OBJ. And then there's a moment where things get pretty wild. I won't describe it because it's too much for YouTube, but I'll let you check it out and decide for yourself. Now, let's circle back to Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble's connection to Diddy. As I mentioned earlier, these two were regular guests at Diddy's parties. In fact, both Kris and Corey still follow Diddy on Instagram. But here's the kicker, Kim Kardashian unfollowed Diddy just 24 hours before his homes in LA and Miami were raided by Homeland Security last month. So, when you look at all these facts, you can't deny that there's something fishy about Corey Gamble. So, when you consider Kanye's recent comments about Corey being the CIA and Corey's connection to Diddy, you can't help but wonder if Corey is more than just Kris Jenner's boyfriend. One way or another, the truth always comes out in the end. As for fans, they have their own theories, and most of them seem to align with Kanye's position on this one. One fan said, "Remember that clip where Kanye is ranting and calling Corey Gamble a CIA handler? It all kind of lays out a pretty crazy picture when you look at the timelines and the connections." Another added, "They'll never admit Kanye was right. He rants, and it sounds completely nuts to people who aren't in the industry. But Kanye is dropped and crazy? Nah, they could never make me hate you." So, what are your thoughts on Corey Gamble and his connection to Diddy? Do you think Corey and Kris both had some knowledge of Diddy's alleged crimes? Drop your comments below, and don't miss out on this next video.